You're with Julian on the Brown Note, and I'm just doing a follow-up piece to the George Pell piece I did, just a short one. Have you noticed how the right in the media, the right in the public, and the right of politics have the worst group of superheroes there has ever been in history? The people they are supporting as heroes to them at the moment are some of the worst people there has ever been. So at the moment, in the last few days, the right have been celebrating Cardinal George Pell, who was accused by a royal commission of decades of covering up child sex abuse, as well as spending a year in jail for child sex abuse. It doesn't really matter what these people are accused of. The right thinks you're our friend or you're our enemy, and there's nothing in between. You can be the worst person on earth, and if you're against the left, or seen to be against the left, or the left hates you, the right love you. There's no moral equivalence now to your actions, your thoughts, or your deeds. You're either friend or foe. And the biggest thing you can do is seen to be sticking it to the left. The right love nothing at all more than sticking it to the left. It doesn't matter what you're accused of doing. If you're seen as sticking it to the left, you're their hero. Andrew Tait is another one. He's accused of trafficking women. A 16-year-old came up today, actually, that she was one of the women that he's accused of using to make pornography, trafficking, and lots of lovely behaviour. He's a hero to them because he sticks it to the left. Nothing about him has suggested that he's a great guy or that he does anything particularly uplifting for men. It's pretty much that he does stuff that is seen as being extremely negative towards women that has made his name and why they love him. Elon Musk is like the third of this holy trinity. This year alone, it's been worshipped by the right. And they don't care about his involvement in SpaceX, electric vehicles, any of this sciencey stuff. They care that he bought Twitter to kick off the lefties and reinstate the righties. That's all they care about. Look at someone like Trump, the biggest hero of the right in recent years. The right forgive everything that the right claim to have this moral fortitude and standpoint and conservative absolute moral values. With Trump, they forgave racism, sexism, multiple accusations of cheating, 25 accusations of assault or harassment of women, outright criminality throughout his life, lying, continually lying and being caught out lying, bullying. Probably the worst set of character traits for any human being on this planet. Narcissism, vanity, stupidity, and they worship him as a hero because they just don't care. They see him as the loudest voice sticking it to the left. Kanye West. The left worshipped Kanye West for his music. The right didn't. They worshipped him because he came out and supported Trump. That's it. That's the level of depth they have. They kind of went a bit quiet about the whole Hitler. And look at the Republican Party, some of the worst people on earth. Their actions are never judged. The right no longer judge someone's actions. They no longer judge what someone does or says with regards to moral issues. It used to be the case back in Reagan's era, where he would have had to, if Reagan had multiple affairs, there's no way that the right would have accepted him. But now they just don't care. The modern right have no morals at all. You can do anything as long as you say the right thing about the right person. So we've got a Republican Party in America that has been echoed by some very awful people in politics in Australia who believe the populist right thing, which hasn't exactly worked for them, but don't tell them because they still think it's because they're not right-wing enough. And you've got, lots of media figures like Piers Morgan that just vainly chase whatever noise is being made in the 24-hour news cycle. Every time they say something that can be perceived as anti-left, they're celebrated as heroes. And, it's gotten worse. We started with Sarah Palin in 2006 or something. And now she looks sane compared to like Marjorie Taylor Greene or Kari Lake, people that are full blown calling for the overthrow of democratic elections in America, who espouse completely neo-fascist views on a range of issues, are now heroes. There is no morality left. Morality mattered back in the Reagan era of conservatism, and then it's just vanished in the last 10-15 years. It doesn't matter if your ex had an abortion, as long as you say you're anti-abortion. Doesn't matter if you're convicted of nearly any crime, including being accused of rape, child sex offences. None of it matters. Not to the right. Cheat 100 times on your wife, be completely rude, lie barefaced to the right. They don't care. And I've just come to a conclusion about why the right, the modern right, have such an awful group of people that they worship. And it's this. The modern right are a really awful group of people. They are terrible people themselves. So they're reflecting who they are in the people they worship.